Hey Cavs, I'm Vincent Amiri, and welcome to this edition of the Cav Report. Students and staff celebrate Earth Week with EarthFest. The Center for Conservation held an item swap all month long. For every item brought, preferably clothing, you can swap it for another. If you couldn't find anything to swap, no worries. Each item was sold for $1. Students could treat themselves to a smoothie that they made themselves by pedaling a bicycle-powered blender. And those who are looking to learn more about how the system of recycling works participated in the Recycling Rodeo, a game in which items are sorted and categorized by recyclable value. Finally, the Conservation Center hosted a waste audit that educated students on contamination and single-stream recycling. Students at the college had some advice for transfer students. Chris Wang reports.
The end of the spring semester is coming up. Many students will not be returning this fall. The students have prepared for the future and explained their plans. And any advice for newly enrolled students?
I'm going to Mid-America Nazarene University, nursing and then med school. I want to become a pediatric surgeon. Probably just stay on top of your homework and make sure that you use Rate My Professor to get good professors.
I'm going to be transferring to UMKC. I'll be majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management. I'll be going to the business block school at UMKC. I hope to go into human resources as a career. That's why my emphasis is in management. So I'll be just kind of exploring that, doing some classes related to that. So it should be fun. My advice is to walk around campus. I did that my first semester to really just get to know the whole campus. I went around everywhere. Even if I didn't have a class there, I would just go through all the buildings.
My plan is to go to dental school. I'm trying to transfer to UMKC or KU Edwards. That's to be decided. My major is either going to be biology or biotechnology. I would say, don't slack off because your major is probably going to change, and you might think that these classes you're in won't be important, but they will affect your GPA in the end. Study hard from the beginning and get in with study groups.
For the Campus Ledger, I'm Chris Wing.
April showers bring May flowers and distracted drivers.
While everyone is stopping to smell the roses, you may want to consider not doing it while you're driving. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. We all know that texting and driving is a big issue. Around 660,000 drivers use their cell phones while driving during daylight hours.
Mainly for changing the song, and that's why I do it. Or if I do the non-distracted driving, so it'll send me a text message or it'll call me, but mainly to change the song. And that's when I'm I've been looking at it too long.
I sometimes catch myself being distracted while driving whenever I'm changing music or approaching my friend's house to come pick them up, and I would need to contact them.
About 1 in 4 accidents are caused by distracted driving, and according to CDC research, distracted driving was responsible for more than 420,000 injuries and 3,300 deaths in the U.S.
It wasn't for me, it was witnessing someone FaceTiming while driving, and I think I've even seen somebody on their iPad while driving, and I think I've even seen somebody put their phone on their steering wheel watching Netflix while driving, and that's pretty terrifying. So
I've seen texting and driving and on the highway, and usually that causes slow traffic and stuff like that.
Even if you're not a perpetrator of distracted driving, you can still keep yourself and others safe by calling them out when you see it.
I've called out one of my friends a couple times whenever we're, driving to a different state or something like that, on a different highway or road when we're not that too familiar with it.
Usually, some of my friends would text and drive, and I would tell them hey, stop it, we're just driving, be careful. And then usually after that, they will just stop it.
I think I have called them out only when it's been too long. So if they're doing something similar, or doing a text back or calling someone, then I'll be hey, it's been a long time. Or if they're starting to kind of weave a little bit, that's when I'll be put it down.
So the next time you're driving, don't be distracted. From the Campus Ledger, I'm Simone Griggs.
Howard Schultz, who's considering a White House run in 2020, answered some questions from students at the college. Here's the story.
So many people are saying this can't be done. Well, I think it's un-American to say it can't be done.
On April 9th in the Collab, the college held a town hall with former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, who is considering running for president as an independent in 2020. Among those in attendance was JCCC Student Senate President Tiger Harris Webster, who gave his thoughts on the event and the potential candidate.
I thought it was really fantastic. I've seen a lot of his videos and did some research into him, and a lot of those answers were answers that he's given before. But trying to stay as much in the center, I think, is really important. I think that's what he did really well. A centrist independent is really an interesting concept right now as to someone winning. Our country's obviously, I would say, is pretty politically divided, and so someone like him having a chance to win, I think, is very probable. But at the same time, I kind of wish he would run the next election, just because I feel like it's unlikely that Trump will lose.
For the Campus Ledger, I'm Vincent Amiri. The Thai Water Festival was held in the Com building. Here's Chris Wang with a story.
At JCCC, the student ambassadors held an annual Thai Water Festival. Songkran is Thailand's most famous festival, an important event on the Buddhist calendar. This water festival marks the beginning of the traditional Thai New Year. The name Songkran comes from Sanskrit meaning passing or approaching. Activities such as water balloon fights, building with kinetic sand, and more were all part of the festivity.
I'm Chris Wang for the Campus Ledger.
With spring underway, many people are beginning to get seasonal allergies. Here's the story. For some, the warm weather of spring is accompanied by a number of unpleasant symptoms caused by pollen in the air. A few students who get seasonal allergies described what they experience around this time of the year.
I get like everything, itchy eyes, stuffy nose, sore throat.
A stuffy nose and then itchy eyes sometimes.
Yeah, my nose gets runny, my eyes are itchy.
They also shared how they alleviate the discomfort caused by their allergies.
Usually like medicate a lot, take like Allegra or something.
Usually at first I take the Zyrtec, just like the swallow pills, and then if that doesn't get it within a good amount of time, I do the nasal spray. That usually works, but I don't like the nasal spray that much.
I drink tea, like green tea, and I put some honey in it, or I take Claritin Clear.
For the Campus Ledger, I'm Vincent Amiri. The KC Pet Adoption Project held a $10 adoption day this month. Jack McConaughey reports.
The KC Pet Project is the leading animal shelter in the Kansas City metro area. Tasha Uratia, manager for the Petco Adoption Center, described the process for obtaining new animals.
So we are contracted with the City of Kansas City, Missouri. We will bring in animal control brings in animals to us. They serve a stray hold, or we talk to them, and we kind of hold the animals with us. And if for some reason they're not getting reclaimed or anything like that, then they come in and we fix them up, get them completely vetted, and then they go up for adoption. I think adopting is more than just bringing an animal into their home, because every animal has their own sort of personality. Figure out what your lifestyle is like. Figure out what it is that you're looking for. Figure out what your family, is looking for, the personality you're interested in. It just kind of depends. So I just say sit down, have that conversation, have that talk with your family, because bringing an animal into the home is a big step.
Two potential adopters were kind enough to share with us their reasons for finding a new furry friend.
I have a very fun toddler as well as another cat that I think needs either a friend, kitty cat friend, or a dog friend, so that's why I came in. I love KC Pet Project. My friends have adopted 5 dogs through there, and so every time they say, where to go for an adoption, it's always KC Pet Project.
Awesome. We have a Pomeranian Shiba Inu, so something that's good with small dogs.
Awesome.
We haven't really decided on one yet, that's why we came, but we're just looking for a dog that gets along with our dog that we have already.
And if you missed the $10 adoption day this month, don't worry. There are plenty of events coming up.
We like to do events at least every other weekend. I know that there's this big one that we're really pushing for our cat side of things, because we do focus on a lot of dogs, but there's the Catter Day in the Crossroads. It's on May 11th, so everyone's really excited about that one.
For more information on pet adoption, visit kcpetproject.com. For the Campus Ledger, I'm Jack McConaughey.
That's all for this edition of the Cav Report. From all of us at the Campus Ledger, thanks for watching.